Hello, Mr. Ashutosh. My name is Hannah. I'm the Client Relationship Manager at ESTAH Society. So, going through your personal journey, can you share with us what initially inspired you to pursue your career in the IT industry?
When I was growing up, there was nothing like IT industry.
Yeah.
Right? So this is way back in late 60s, early 70s. And I was growing up in a small town, and in a family of professionals, doctors and engineers. So there were only two choices. Either you become a doctor or you become an engineer, right?
Yeah.
If you can't, then you get into commerce.
Commerce,
right?
that's it.
And I could not draw to save my life. So only choice available was to become an engineer. So that's where career progressed. So it was not a conscious choice, but you can say that limited choice available. Out of that, I got into it.
Great. That's really great. So what were some of the key moments or turning points in your personal and professional journey that shaped your career?
I wouldn't say that there is anything which is, a moment or a turning point or anything. It just moved along, right? And fortunately for me, I had good schooling. So my teachers were very good. Particularly, I remember my teachers who taught me math and English, and of course science subject. My father used to get transferred from city to city. So because he was a government officer, one would get into a good school in every city. So had an opportunity to move around, go to different schools, meet different people, and it just happened that way. And like I said, the choice was limited: engineering or medical. Medical was not for me, so it became engineering, and it just rolled from there.
Great. So coming to your challenges and triumphs, what were some of the most significant challenges you faced and how did you overcome them?
So the challenging part in early life was that since I was coming from a small town, and I was studying in Hindi medium. Till 10th standard, my education was Hindi as the subject matter language. Studied physics, chemistry, math in Hindi. Although English was a very good subject and we had great teachers in English. So my English was very strong, but I had no idea about terms used in physics in English. And from a small town, suddenly I had to go to a big town and move to an English medium school. So I guess that was something that I had to encounter. And suddenly you leave friends of many years, go to a school where people have their own bonds and friendship, a new kid coming in who's different from you. So I guess that would have been one area where I had to work hard on. But other than that, I wouldn't say that it has been a sort of challenge or difficulty that one had to encounter. Yeah, it is part of growing up.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
great.
In fact, the language barrier that you have overcome, that's the biggest challenge. Coming to a different place from a Hindi medium to a place where you are into English medium.
That learning to study in English, yes, was something that I had to cope up with. But luckily, it worked out.
100%.
For me, it's good to know languages.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what matters is the content.
No, very true.
Right? And if you are able to communicate with people in more languages, it helps. So unfortunately, I never got to learn many of the South Indian languages because for whatever reason. But otherwise, Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi is my mother tongue, and English. I can happily have conversations in these, and so it helps to connect with people.
Yeah, it connects the bridge.
Yes. Great insight, sir. So coming to your career highlights, can you highlight some of your most notable achievements throughout your 36 years in the IT industry?
So for some strange reason, every time in my career, there were occasions where I was like you have in a swimming pool, just get thrown into the deep end. Right? Suddenly somebody comes and just says, jump. You have no idea where you are jumping in.
Yeah.
And I had to do that probably 5-6 times. And each of these cases, either I didn't know where I was jumping in, or people who sent me there didn't know how to jump in, or it was a known mess that this is difficult. And they would say, hey, why don't you do this? And I would say, okay, I'll do it. I have no problem. And so I can count 6-7 such experiences where I was thrown into situations unknown to me, sometimes unknown to people who sent me there, and figured out a way to manage it and hopefully do well. So that has been the situation most of the time, and every time it has been that I, except for maybe one or two cases I could count, things have turned out well at the end of it.
Wow. Very nice way that you have accepted the challenges in order to swim and come out of finding.
So when you jump in, you have to swim, right? You can't.
And that
No other choice.
So
swimming.
the choice is that you decline.
Oh,
And I don't want to jump in, right?
yeah.
And I can't think why I never said no.
You took a leap.
Whether that was shifting from Hindi medium to English medium, or taking roles which were relatively tough. My choice was always there, that say no and say no, I am happy where I am, and I'm glad I didn't do that. So I was okay to, you can say fear of failure was not there.
So
Right?
that's
Otherwise, I could have
very
always said no, that's too difficult. What happens if I fail? Let me
Yeah.
not try. So this is all
Yeah.
I'm thinking when you are asking this question. At that time, I didn't have that thought in my head. So I said, okay, if I have to do, I have to do. We'll see.
जो भी होगा बाद में देखेंगे.
Oh, देखेंगे.
At least give it a try and see where you
Yeah, yeah.
reach.
These are all your achievements, sir. Your small steps.
Yeah.
One small step.
I mean, like you said, like you've been swimming, you didn't say no to that jumping, right?
Yes.
That was challenging. So all you achieved these great heights now.
Yeah. So other way of thinking is that a lot of time people say that I didn't get an opportunity, or opportunities didn't come my way. How do you know that whatever you declined wasn't an opportunity that would have taken you forward? So unless you take an
Yeah.
opportunity,
Taken. Yes, great.
you don't even know where it is leading.
Yes,
Yes.
true.
So whenever a choice came, I was sort of able to see there is nothing wrong in choosing this one, right? Let me at least take a step forward and see what happens. And
Yes.
if it turns out to be a good opportunity, great. If it fails,
That's a
someone will
learning.
roll back and figure out.
Yes.
It's not that failures happen. It's okay. Let it fail.
Yeah, very true. Thank you for sharing.
That was great insight, sir. So next, coming to your technology and innovation, how have you seen the role of technology evolve in transforming large businesses, particularly in the financial service and healthcare sectors?
See, the reason, I think you had asked me this question, why did I get into IT? And
Yeah.
when I got into school and all that, there was no IT.
Yes.
But by the time I was finishing my engineering, electronics and computers had just begun. And one thing was very clear, that it was changing very fast. So if you look at any other subject, let's say chemical engineering or civil engineering, mechanical engineering, the rate of change of technology in IT or computers was probably 3 times, 4 times as much as any other industry. And it was allowing people to do things that they had not thought of. So
Fast-paced
that
work.
was interesting part, that if I get into this business, it's going to be very, very rapidly changing, exciting stuff. So when I was in IIM, at that point, that's the first time I made a conscious choice that I'm going to get into a computer company.
Okay.
Okay. Before that, there was no, where it is. I was sure to get into electronics, but electronics will lead into computers, or computer take a job in IT industry. It was not there. But I was clear. I want to get into an IT company. And fortunately for me, I got that opportunity. And whatever that little, whatever that you call pea-brain thinking that was there in early career, turned out to be a good observation, that things will change. Things are changing very fast. And as new ideas and new things come up in technology, it helps you solve more problems. So anything that you do, and today this transformation and all that is the words of 2015, 2020, like that.
Right.
At that time, everything was transformation. So getting something computerized itself was transformation, but nobody called it transformation that time. But getting away from a typewriter to a word processor was a transformation.
Yes.
Right? Putting rolling out payroll for people on system was a transformation. So we have started calling it transformation now, but
it has started way beyond.
from 40, 50 years, every time you have a big change, that's transformation. So whichever industry you talk of, healthcare, finance, if you are making a big change in the way you are doing things, that's transformation. And that, because the speed of change in computers is so fast, it allows you to do things. Because it allows you to do things, people want to say, oh, give me more.
They want
So it becomes what you call a virtuous cycle, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So
They
that's
also
how
got used, so they are definitely looking forward to transform things at the next level.
Yes. So any time you get computers in and you don't feel I have done enough, you have to just keep that out of your mind, that oh wow, I have achieved something. Right?
Yeah.
I saw that you're currently working with the merchant exchange trade. Right? There's a company you're associated. And can you just throw the difference between, what is the difference between franchising facilitators and the trade exchange? they also helping the product to multiply and scale. And these people also, what is the difference, the main difference you find?
Between which two? I'm not clear with your question.
Trade exchange, like what you are trade exchange?
So they're I would say very different way of doing things, right? Franchisee, if I understand where you are heading, is a single channel. There is a principal who has a product or an offering, and a franchisee takes that offering to a given marketplace. It could be today, if it is e-commerce, you can do it wherever you want. But if it is physical, then it is limited to a geography or a area or whatever it is. And exchange on the other side is a marketplace. It is a many-to-many connection. So there are many people who are offering and many people who are buying. Exchange is just making this transaction happen. And biggest thing that we try to do in an exchange is what we call price discovery. There are many buyers and many sellers. Then both buyers and sellers get to know what is the right price for that particular commodity or a product. Also, that we create a trusted environment to do business with unknown people.
Okay.
I am trying to sell something, somebody else sitting in Timbuktu is wanting to buy, they don't know me, I don't know them, right? We will just go to that exchange, I will give my commodity there, the buyer will give money there, exchange will facilitate transfer and we are done. I don't need to know them.
They don't know each other till they do a trade. But whereas the franchisee, they know each other.
Franchisee will know the principle and the buyer will typically, there is no, protection for the buyer except for the brand name of the franchise. And if you are a buyer of a big brand through a franchisee, you know that you are buying a big brand product and therefore what you are buying you are safe. And other thing that exchange does is that allows you to buy things in future. So most of the industries need commodities or products over the year. You need today, you need after 1 month, you need after 2 months, you need after 3 months, and the commodity prices keep going up and down. It makes very difficult for them to operate. So in exchange, you can predetermine price of so whatever you want to buy, we call it futures, and you can determine what you are going to buy after 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Price predictability happens. So you are able to run your business easily. So these are the three big differences, but I'm not sure whether sort of answered your question of franchisee versus exchange.
100% you clarified.
Even team members having a different various knowledge we have to share, right? So within the team, we can approach our aim or common goal. It's very good to know that. So collaboration with the next session we're going to have. Environment impact. Given your extensive experience and innovative mindset, how do you envision contributing to the We Heal the Earth initiative through the economy of social franchising?
So if you're, I'm just talking from whatever little I know.
Yeah, whatever.
That in this area, there are 2 or 3 things which can make a difference. One is cutting out wastage. I haven't seen as much wastage in any other area other than agriculture. When this industry has something that nothing goes waste, even the waste becomes compost, or there are consumers of every piece that you produce, still there is phenomenal amount of waste. So in order to make an impact, number one thing that I would like to see is how to eliminate that waste. Number 2 is that with so much of technology happening in this space, whether it is biological, whether it is chemical, computer, mechanical, right? The collaboration is not happening. Everybody is working in their own stream. So it is a very complex area, but somebody needs to put it all together. And the biggest beneficiary has to be the at least from Indian point of view, the small and marginal farmer. If they don't benefit, they will continue to do things the way they know.
Yes.
So whatever we do, we have to create benefit for them so that they see that modern technology using good ideas, good practices not only reduces wastage but protects the environment. They will not do it if it is a matter of their life. As simple as that.
Yes.
So we have to see what we can do together.
Yes.
So these are 2 big things, right? So,
Yes.
or I would say three big things: wastage, collaboration, efficiency, to make sure that the poorest of the denominator, which is the farmer, benefits and starts using practices that save the environment. If you're able to do that, things will work.
Yes, will surely work out, sir. For sure. So mentorship and coaching. How can you see yourself acting as a mentor and coach for upcoming social franchises and franchisees within our initiative.
I am happy to help anybody who's willing to take, as simple as that, right? And as Achyuta mentioned, I can be fairly tough and very direct. I don't hesitate telling him on his face. A lot of time, if I am advising and mentoring, it is perfectly fine for people to seek my advice, not seek my advice, their choice. But if they don't have the interest and honesty to take advice and work on it, there's no point wasting their time and my time. So very simple. I'm available. I have no expectations. I'm happy to share my ideas, ask some very tough questions. If that helps anybody, I'm happy.
Great.
I have no problems.
Contribution.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that.
Coming out your work-life balance, how do you balance your professional responsibilities with your personal interests such as sports and fitness?
The idea is to keep it very, very simple. Make you complicated, it becomes difficult, right? So,
Right.
very simple thing is that you have 24 hours in the day. You decide what is important for you. So, keeping myself healthy and fit is important for me. I'll find time for it. Then, if you don't enjoy the work that you are doing, you will not spend time in that. So, find something that if you are not liking something, I think give it a good try, but after that, move on. It doesn't work. The moment work becomes something unappealing, that's where you need work-life balance. If you enjoy what you're doing, then you will find time for that. So for me, the work-life balance is that I can do work on Saturday, Sunday, and I can go for a run on Monday evening. So once you know, you can be flexible. If it is important for me to do some work Sunday afternoon, I also have the flexibility of taking, time early off on Monday morning to say, but I need to go and have a run or whatever. It works both ways, no?
Basically,
So
how you balance.
once you have made decision what is important for you, you just fit it into your 24 hours and be flexible with timing. And at times, since you are working with people, you have to make sure that, let's say, if somebody is available late night on some day, of course, you're working with people in US or Australia, you have to make
various
sure the
time
time zone is conducive, right? So if you make yourself very rigid, that I work only 9 to 5, I don't do this, I don't work on holidays. Your holiday is not holiday in the US, or holiday in the US is not in Europe.
Right.
So these kind of things, then rigidity becomes a problem. So if you know what you want to do, you enjoy what you are doing, and you are not rigid about things, then that work-life balance automatically happens.
Thank you for sharing. Rigidity definitely keeps constraint.
Yeah.
So rather be flexible and take it as and when as per the need of the hour.
Yep.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much, Ashwin, for sharing your valuable thoughts and insights. And it was wonderful to have you in Academy of Social Franchising today. And we will definitely look forward to work together under your guidance too.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
have a wonderful day ahead.
Ashutosh.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Priya.
you too.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.